What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And in today's video, I want to talk about this interview between Ja Morant and Jalen Rose. I finally got around to watching it, and this reveals some things to me that I need to share. I know Ja's back playing, and these things have seemed to be resolved, but I have some predictions that I want to give y'all from this interview. Let's get into it.
Triple B's! AB the Hero. Back at it, baby.
Now, first thing I want to say is we know for sure body language don't lie. Body language does not lie. And when you go through this interview, you see a lot of signs of deception, a lot of signs of like, oh, that right there, what the publicist gave me, I killed that line. I finally got one of these right. It's a lot of that, but there's some things that to me just stand out about this clip that I just want to point out. First off, if we just watch it here, right, you can see that Jalen Rose showed up to this bad boy ready to go. Haircut, jewelry, all of that stuff. My man Ja Morant here, they got him prepped in here to look like you just came from a halfway house, right? We don't want you to come off too luxurious. Tuck your chain in, please. Don't have it out here. Don't get your hair cut until wait a couple days. Don't line the beard up, the mustache, all of that stuff. We know you got 200 million, probably got a personal barber, bro, but we need you looking a little scraggly. From a production standpoint, when I look at this to me says, obviously the NBA has Ja's back and they're looking out for him and they want to make sure, you know what I mean, this situation doesn't hamper his career, right? Because obviously Nike got some vested interest. We've seen how they shed Kyrie Irving to uplift Ja Morant. But when I'm looking at even the way that this is presented, to me, this looks like this is a presentation that I don't think that you put together if you're dealing with somebody who you feel like is the future face of your franchise, right? This situation and the way that the NBA has seemingly is handling it with this video here, to me says that Ja Morant is not the guy who the NBA is banking his future on at all. He's not the guy. I don't see it. You don't put him in here. Even if you look at this is a two-shot interview. You got a Jalen Rose here looking nice. I see you got Ja there. The setting is there. And then you got this tight shot on Ja Morant. This is some shit that they threw together in no time. And it matters because we know that Ja Morant was on a 8-day vacation. He got time to sit down and do an interview and pull this whole thing together. But they like, bro, we just need you to say something. We don't even care. We're not even really going to edit this bad boy down too much. Obviously, they cut the questions, so it's back to back to back. But they were not trying to like give us a really put together presentation. They just was trying to give you something. And even the line of questionings from Jalen Rose was so okay, and next, and next, and next, and next, and next. It's just like, yo, we got these 10 things we got to get through, bro. Just read the script or say as much as you can remember from your publicist, and then we'll get through this. It'll be a good look for me, Jalen Rose, and it'll be a good look for you, Ja, because you'll be able to get this stuff off your chest and get it behind you, right? But a lot of this stuff, it just really makes no sense. And to me, one of the glaring things that makes it also one of the additional glaring things that makes it make no sense is this idea that the kid is not human, right? It's such a mismanagement of his personal brand for them to have him sit up here and be like, well, that ain't me. What you seen in the past is not how I act. It's not how I roll. Out of character. Bro, we can see there's videos and a timeline of you on the internet we can deduce a bit of who your character is. We see you grittying down the hallway. We see the way that you push your chest out and carry it with vibrato on the court. And then so now to act like, oh, all of that posturing that I was doing wasn't really me. I'm a real docile human being, to me, is a misstep of mismanaging his brand. Yo, we liked gangster Ja a little bit. We like gritty Ja. We liked we not worried about none of y'all Memphis got it Ja. So then don't give us watered down Ja. We also live in America in which it's a constitutional right for you to have a firearm. So this idea that I don't even believe in guns, I just so happen to have one from my homie who I don't even know how he got it. You don't have to give us that. Yes, bro, you was reckless with that bad boy, but it's not a wild idea that a person with $200 million owns a pistol. So give us that, bro. Be honest with us. Give us the real spiel. It feel like in this whole interview that was 19 minutes, maybe 2.5 minutes was actually Ja Morant speaking from his heart. And the other 17, 16 and a half minutes was Ja trying to remember something that a publicist gave him. And the crazy thing is, I watched this interview with the ideal, or the intent, I should say, of really siding with Ja and being like, okay, my man really put it together. And it just didn't come across like that. It really came across like, yo, somebody fed this to him. Somebody fed this to him. I want to play one part here. Oh, I want to play two parts and give you some understanding of what I'm saying here. I'm gonna go to the end and I'm gonna try to find it, but there's a question. All right, let's see.
Recording, it hurt me even more because I feel like, I let him down.
There's a question here where, here we go. I think it's here where Jalen. I'm gonna listen to this.
Punishment from the league is gonna be, and what can we expect?
Let him down.
What was it like not knowing what your punishment from the league is gonna be, and what can we expect when you get back out on the floor?
Well, like that was the tough part, man. Obviously, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, which route they was going to go. My main focus at the end of the day was still, focusing on me, being there for me. So I felt like, my health was the most important thing. Obviously, I know I put myself in that situation, and, I still, take responsibility for that. And I also put, my team, in a tough position, with me not being able to, be out there on the floor for, decisions I made. I regret all that. I can't wait to be back out there on the floor now.
Listen, so check this out. The first thing he says here is,
be in the news.
Coach, and obviously your parents. What has this been like for your?
Did everywhere.
What was?
That was a tough one. I let him
listen,
down.
What was it like?
watch his shoulders. Watch
What
the
your punishment from the
relief that he
and
feel
what
answering
can
this
we
question.
expect when you get back out on the floor?
Well, like that was the tough part.
You can see that there was genuine stress with him. That was the tough part. That was the tough part, trying to figure out, waiting to figure out what the league is going to do, right? Now, I remind you that this is at the 16-minute mark, right? Where he's talking about how tough it was for him to wait for the league to tell him what it was, right? Because they could have went anywhere. It's a tough situation. Now, we go over here. Let me see.
I had, like I said, have to, be there for myself. I have to, put myself in good position. So, I have to be very comfortable about that. I'm going to be in a positive, light now with everything, that I've made in my 2 weeks.
You talked about going live.
All right, so now listen to this. Similar question about the league and his interaction with them.
But it's also in the news that Adam Silver, that you met with him today, and he suspended you for 8 games for conduct detrimental to the league. What was that meeting like?
It was good. Pretty much, an open discussion. Obviously, he said, things, I need to, be better at, but, more of just, showing his support towards me.
Here's what I'm saying. My man here says, "Oh, shit was good. It was chill." I
Detrimental to the league. What was that meeting like?
It was good. Pretty much, you know, I opened.
there's no, even in his it was good. There's no like I mean it was good. It was better than I expected. It was good, man. Delightfully, and obviously not as bright as I'm making it seem right now, but I point that out to say, when he goes on to say the support from the league was there and all of that, you can tell based on what he thought was going to happen and what ended up happening was, sounds like to me this scenario. You come into the room and you're like, bruh, you know you've been messing up, bro, but don't worry about it. We got a plan put in place. 8 game suspension. You're already gonna have time served on 6. We're gonna get you back. We're gonna put a little interview together to get that out there. We're gonna have you a publicist and all that stuff, bro. Just don't make this up. Don't mess this up again, bro, because you got us out here looking crazy. Come on, Ja. Go ahead, get out of here, bro. Do your thing. That's it? You sure? Yeah, man. We ain't tripping, bro. You know what I mean? We done seen worse. Which, to be honest with you, I'm not mad at, bro. Cut my man some slack. He a human being at the end of the day. But it's just that this whole interview setup is done so poorly. It's done in such a way that you are missing what you could be doing with a Ja Morant as such a dynamic personality and a guy who speaks to so many different demographics, and particularly speaks to a culture that you could have him still immerse himself in, but then also be a shining light in said culture, right? Of how to be authentically you, but how to do that from a smart way. What they're presenting Ja as now is what we've seen from him from this point on. It was not actually Ja Morant, right? They're really saying, yo, Ja Morant is really just a docile human being who, you know, is chill. He not really tripping on much. And so that's one of my biggest issues with this interview and the way that it was presented. Man, I was literally going to watch this whole thing and react to it, but the more and more I listen to it, the more it's just like there's absolutely nothing here to really give an opinion on. It's really just some BS. So we're gonna get out of here, man. That's what I wanted to share with y'all. It's your main man, AB the Hero. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We out.
Be the hero. No, not peace. Plus one, triple B's. We out.